The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
There was more than one lobster present at the birth of Jesus.
Oh, yeah, dancers and prancers, welcome back to the final day of the 12 days of TCB. That's actually the 13 days of TCB that will be the 20 days of TCB once we actually finish it. I'm Bryan Green. This is my co-host and my dear friend, Kristen Joy Hoadley. Merry Christmas, best to you, Krissy.
Merry Christmas and best to you,
and
Bryan.
Merry Christmas and best to you out there in the podcast universe. It's Christmas Day. You've hung in there with us all the whole time. We've been suffering silently here at the studio. But we are exhausted, but we're going to bring it home.
Working really hard like Santa's elves.
We have been working like Santa's elves, cobbling away, whittling away up in the North Pole or the north of Atlanta, making brand new episodes of The Commercial Break every day for you. And the fun does not stop, as tomorrow and Friday we will also have brand new episodes for you with some guests. We have some TCB infomercials, and then we'll be back with live episodes on New Year's Eve, or fresh episodes on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Shouldn't say live episodes because that's not correct. I actually spent an hour today trying to explain to my son the difference between real and live, because he is so young. He made the assumption that everything that happens on television is live. He's like, yeah, Daddy, when I watch Bluey, it's live, right? And I'm like, no, that's not it. When you watch a basketball game, it's live. It's happening right now. He's like, but Bluey's happening right now, too.
I see the logic.
I do see the logic, too. And now I understand how hard fought every single little inch of your brain is as far as a victory is concerned. It really takes a lot to make that brain form.
It does.
Some of my kids get it quicker than others, but they take after their father. They take after their father. So Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday. I hope you're enjoying with family, friends, or no one, if that's what you choose to do, or if you celebrate something else. Maybe you're getting the day off work. Maybe you're going to have a meal. Maybe you're going to go watch a Christmas movie, or just go to the theater and watch one of these fantastic movies that's out right now. Wicked, Gladiator, the shark version, or I don't know, what else is out there? Red One. What is it? Red One? The
Baby Girl's out.
What's Baby Girl?
Oh, it's with Nicole Kidman.
Yes.
I'm
right.
really excited to see it.
Oh, really? Oh, it's out? Okay, Baby
Mm-hmm.
Girl. There you go. Maybe that's out. Or maybe you're in the middle of the 24 Hours of a Christmas Story, which has got to be the sentimental favorite for best Christmas movie ever. National Lampoon's Vacation, Elf, we've talked about them all. There's a lot of them out there. Family Stone is one of my favorites, though it's on no one's top 10 list. It's okay. I like it. You know what I'm saying? And so I look forward. Obviously, we're not recording this on Christmas Day. I look forward to celebrating with my family. The kids will open the Santa Claus presents. That is pure fucking joy.
When to see the kids open presents is just so amazing and so wonderful.
I realized when my first child was really when he was 1, he could open up the presents, like he ripped up, but he didn't understand what was going on. When he was 2, he started to get excited about opening up presents and seeing them. When he was 3, I think. And now that most of my kids are reaching the age of that age, they all understand what Santa Claus is. They all understand what presents is. And I'm being real sentimental and sincere when I say there is no joy like watching a child open up a gift that they really want. It is just like magic.
So sweet.
And I wish that they would stay this age forever, yet I can't wait till they get old enough to wipe themselves. That's all I ask for. Could they wipe themselves and stay this age forever? That would be fantastic. So yeah, really exciting. Here we are, Christmas Day.
Here we are.
We're going to continue with Frankie B and his dating traps. With his lifestyles and all that other stuff. We're going to continue with that after the break. But I thought I would take a moment, Krissy. Earlier in the 12 days of TCB, we reviewed the top 20 Christmas movies as determined by town and country. Don't ask me how I came upon that list. The experts, of course. But I think the real experts would probably be Rotten Tomatoes, because they take thousands, tens of thousands, millions of ratings from different users around the web.
Source I would trust.
I do normally trust this
I looked at
Rotten
that movie
Tomatoes.
I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah?
The one, the holiday one with James Gandolfini, and it had 8% Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I remember this movie coming out.
Yeah.
Like, I remember briefly seeing a commercial
Christina
for it.
Applegate and Catherine O'Hara and Ben Affleck.
So you would think all of those people together would make a good Christmas movie. But we've already seen that when Ben Affleck's in a Christmas movie, he usually doesn't do all that well. Let's be honest. What's the other one he's in? 4 Christmases? Is that him in 4 Christmases?
That's Vince Vaughn.
That's Vince Vaughn?
Vince Vaughn.
Hot
Vince Vaughn.
in that movie. He is so hot in that
love
movie.
Vince
Oh,
Vaughn.
you like Vince
Oh my
Vaughn?
God. No, yes. But okay, so at the very start of that movie, when they like get in a fake fight, I've never seen anything hotter in my life. I implore you on this Christmas to go watch the first 5 minutes of Four Christmases.
Okay, all right.
love Vince
I
Vaughn.
don't
That's a good
typically
movie.
think of Four Christmases as a movie
That's
I
a
need
good
to watch,
movie.
but okay.
Just the first 5 minutes.
Because it's what, Jennifer Aniston with him?
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon, that's right.
But you know what? I am looking for a new Christmas classic to
Yeah.
get into to put in my repertoire. I haven't had one in a long time. I think 8-Bit Christmas has become a good one to watch. You know, 8-Bit Christmas?
I have not seen that one.
This is so you and I, because it's 1980 something, right? And even though, it's probably around the time the first Nintendo has come out.
Mm-hmm.
They're in Chicago and they want a Nintendo for Christmas. It's a group of kids and how they plead with their parents and how they try and get the money together and how they, trying to raise money to do all this other stuff. And it's one of these movies. It's seen from the kids' point of view, but
Yeah.
it's made kind of, I think, for adults. It's really good. Made by HBO. It's on Max right now. 8-Bit
Okay.
Christmas. It's an easy watch. It's an hour and 30 minutes long.
Does it make you cry?
No.
Because you like the crying
I
ones.
do like the crying one. Why?
I do
What's wrong with
not.
crying?
No, feel free to cry. That's not my style.
You don't like movies that make you cry?
I don't like Christmas movies that make me
Oh,
cry.
Christmas. No, 8-Bit Christmas is not going to make you cry. I can promise you this. I mean, if 8-Bit Christmas makes you cry, then I think something's weird with you. Okay, ready? Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, let's go.
Top 35. I'm going to go through these really quickly, and then we'll get to Frankie B. Top 35 Christmas movies
Okay.
of all time. Number 35, A Muppet's Christmas
A
Carol,
Muppet.
with 86% fresh, or 86% popcorn, or whatever you call it. I don't know.
It's fresh.
Actually, they're doing this by the critics' score. So this is the critics.
Oh, yeah, you
okay.
can sort
So
by
you know,
users or
yes.
critics.
So you know that by the time we get to the top 5, it's going to be terrible and no one watches them. The Muppets Christmas Carol gets a 77% by the critics.
Ding.
Christmas Eve at Miller's Point gets
What?
a 78. Christmas Eve in Miller's Point. I do think I've watched this one time before,
Miller's Point.
and I thought it was terrible. All right. Anna and the Apocalypse with a 77. Anna and the Apocalypse is a Christmas movie? What the fuck are you talking about? Bad Santa, number 32. Bad Santa is a good movie. Probably number 32 is where it stands in my mind, too. Ready for this? A Christmas Story, number 31.
Well,
How is that true?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. My mom would probably agree with that.
Yeah, I know. And I don't think the critics have ever liked this movie. I think it's just the people who like the movie.
I think we're nostalgic for it.
Yeah, I think the people must
Yeah.
like it. They play it 24 fucking hours a day from Christmas Eve through Christmas. That gets a 79%. The Man Who Invented Christmas. This is exactly the type of shitty British period piece that critics like. Number 30 comes into The Man Who Invented Christmas. It's the author, Charles Dickens, is in financial trouble. Whatever. All right. While You Were Sleeping comes in at number 29.
You were
I
sleeping.
love that movie.
I remember watching this, and I think it's okay.
That's good.
That's number 29. Batman Returns.
What?
Comes in. Yes, Batman Returns. I think this is movies that came out during the Christmas time. Batman
Oh.
Returns comes in at 82%. Batman Returns, of course, the only turn that Michael Keaton took as Batman. The Happiest Season comes in at number 27. Never seen it. Who's that with? Kristen Stewart, Mackenzie Davis. Have you seen this?
Oh, I have seen that. It's pretty good.
I haven't seen it, but I think it's lesbian.
Pretty good.
But Kristen
That is.
Stewart,
Yeah,
Mackenzie Davis,
they're
Mary
girlfriends,
Steverson.
But one of them can't know that they're really together.
Right. One of them's
Like not telling the
hasn't told her
family.
parents
Yes.
yet.
A
I
very
haven't watched
lesbian Christmas. Happy season. Okay, 27. Number 26, Elf. I would have put that a little bit
I
higher.
would have too.
Gremlins comes in at number
Gremlins.
25. Not in my Christmas classics,
Yeah.
but okay. It's a
It does take
fun
place
movie.
during Christmas.
It does. A Christmas Tale with Catherine. This must be a French movie. A sharp black comedy about a chaotic family gathering. A Christmas Tale is always involving, thanks to an impressive ensemble cast. It's when the French steely matriarch learns she has leukemia. Yeah, this is the kind of story that Krissy doesn't want to watch
No.
this. 23, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh,
Which is a great movie.
It is,
but I do
but
not consider it a Christmas movie.
No.
I like this though. Robert Downey Jr., Val Kilmer, Michelle
movie.
Moynihan, Corbin Burnson. Trading Places. We have forgotten about this one.
All hail Trading Places.
All
Now,
hail
that
Trading
is,
Places.
A good one.
This is a fantastic Christmas flick, 89% by the critics, featuring deft interplay between Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. Trading Places is immensely appealing social satire. Yes, it is.
Looking good, Bryan Green.
Oh, thank you.
Feeling
good, Krissy Hoadley.
Right.
Yes. Better Watch Out, carried by its charismatic young cast. Better Watch Out is an adorably sinister holiday horror film. 89%.
Holiday horror.
Leave it up to Rotten
I don't know
Tomatoes.
if I'm into the holiday horror either.
I'm sorry. I need to make a change here. 31, number 31 was not a Christmas Story. It was A Christmas Story Christmas, the sequel that recently came out.
Yeah, that wasn't that good.
I watched it, and I gotta say, good try.
Good try. But
hitting all the notes.
It had a lot to live up to.
It did have everything to live up to, and it fell just short. And according to the critics, not that much shorter, because it comes in at number 20. Number 20 is the original Christmas Story. Warmly nostalgic and darkly humorous, Christmas Story deserves its status as a holiday perennial. Based on the humorous writings of author Gene Shepard, this beloved holiday film follows the wintry exploits of Ralphie and his brother. Okay. Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale.
Rare Exports.
Rare Exports. Oh, this is an Asian flick, I believe. Oh no. This is not, I don't know, Scandinavian. I think whatever. Edward Scissorhands, number 18.
Oh, huh.
Never thought of that as a Christmas flick, but
No.
okay. The first collaboration between Johnny Depp and Tim Burton, Edward Scissorhands, is a magical modern fairy tale with gothic overtones and a sweet center. I agree, but I don't think it's a Christmas movie. All right, Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey comes in at number 17 with 91%. Forrest Whitaker, Keegan-Michael Key, Hugh Bonneville, and Anika Noni Rose. It celebrates the Yuletide season with a holiday adventure whose exuberant spirit is matched by an uplifting message. Okay, never seen that, but maybe I will. Tokyo Godfathers comes in at number 16. Beautiful and substantive, Tokyo Godfathers adds a moving and somewhat unconventional entry to the animated Christmas canon. Oh, that sounds like something I might get into. Animated. And I like, I might watch that. Arthur Christmas comes in at number 15. I never was into Arthur. You know?
Oh, the Arthur movies.
Yeah, the Arthur movies.
They're funny, but I didn't even realize there was a Christmas one.
There's a lot of them, and I'm not into it. Little Women comes in at number 14, thanks to a powerhouse lineup of talented actors. Gillian Armstrong's take on Louisa May Alcott's Little Women provides that a timeless story can succeed no matter how many times it's told, with Winona Ryder, Gabriel Byrne, and Samantha Mathis. Okay. I don't think I ever saw that movie. Was it good?
It's good.
Did you like it? Little Women? Okay. The Apartment comes in at number 13 with Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine, Ray Walston, and is directed by Billy Wilder. Billy Wilder's customary cynicism is leavened here by tender humor, romance, and genuine pathos. Whatever the fuck that means, I don't think I'll be watching that this Christmas. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special movie. Comes in at 12 with 94%. More stocking stuffer than a fully rounded out parcel. This Yuletide excursion is a delightful showcase for Drax, Mantis, and a very game Kevin Bacon. Wow. Okay. My kids will love that. I'll put that on. Number 11, I believe this is the right call. At number 11, Krissy, comes Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Die Hard is a fantastic Christmas movie. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It is great no matter when you watch it. Bruce Willis at his finest in Die Hard. And like it says here, there are many imitators and sequels, but never have come close to matching the thrills and definitive holiday action of the original Die Hard starring Bruce Willis. Okay, here we go into the top 10. You ready?
Yes, ready.
Now, there's a lot of movies that we like that we've already talked about. So now we get into the critics being critical and actually trying to discern what's good or what's bad. Okay. This is not based on popularity. This is based on the critics. It's a Wonderful Life at number 10.
All right.
I like the movie. I think I would put it in my top 10. I think 10 is the right number. 94%. The holiday classic to define all holiday classics.
Have you watched it this year?
I watched a little bit of it with my kids. They were not interested, so we turned it on to Bluey. Carol comes in at number 9.
Carol.
Shaped by Todd Haynes' deft direction and powered by a strong cast led by Cate Blanchett, Rooney Mara, Carol lives up to its groundbreaking source material. What is this about?
Oh my God. Carol, another lesbian love story.
Another lesbian love story.
It's incredible.
Is it? When was this made? 2015.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It gets a 94
It's
on
phenomenal.
the critic score here. Klaus comes in at number 8.
Klaus.
Beautifully hand-drawn animation and a humorous.
Yeah.
I think
Klaus.
yes. This is one that's on our saved list, so this might become a holiday classic for us. We'll see. Number 7. I do not agree with this whatsoever, but okay. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, a stunningly original and visually delightful work of stop motion animation. I do like it. I don't think it gets.
I need to rewatch that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Number 6. Little Women, another version of Little Women.
Yes.
Stellar cast and smart, sensitive retelling of a classic source material. Greta Gerwig's Little Women.
That one was really good. So
okay.
that does beat out the other one with.
That's the one with Emma Watson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eliza Scanlon. Okay.
Emma Watson, is she in that?
This is the 2019 version of Little Women.
Is Emma Watson
That's the
in
most.
that?
I think so.
I just forgot
right
about
here,
her.
Emma
I just
Watson,
mostly focused on Saoirse Ronan and Florence Pugh.
Yeah, who are both in the movie also. Okay. So number 6. I don't think I've ever seen this. I don't think I've ever seen either
really
version.
Good one.
So maybe I'll watch it. Miracle on 34th Street, the 47 version.
One.
Okay. Irrefutable proof that gentle sentimentalism can be a chief ingredient in a wonderful film. Yeah, it's old. It's sweet. I mean, it's really old. It plays a little slow, but I think if you watch it, if you've never seen it, you'll find it to be delightful. Tangerine.
What?
After hearing her boyfriend / pimp cheated on her while she was in jail, a transgender worker at her... hold on one second. Transgender worker during the holidays, something or other. Tangerine, I do remember when this came out.
Okay, I need to watch that.
The guy who directed this, Sean Baker, also directed, I think it's Sunshine State, and that was a movie about kids that live in a motel right outside of Disney World. Yes.
I watched that. That was kind of depressing.
Yeah, it was kind of depressing. But it was wonderfully acted.
Yeah.
And it was made obviously on the cheap, and you can tell. But I liked the tone and texture of the movie. Tangerine, I think, is another film by this same guy, and apparently is wonderful. I think it won, or I think it was nominated for Oscars. Number 3 is the most recent addition to this list, The Holdovers, starring Paul Giamatti. Is it really?
Yes, I loved that.
But it'll make you cry, right? No?
I mean, it's sweet. There's sweet parts of it, but it's good. I love Paul Giamatti, anything that he does.
He is so fucking good and has been good in almost every single thing that he has done. The Shop Around the Corner gets a rousing 99%, directed by Ernst Lumstick from a smart and a funny script. The Shop Around the Corner is a romantic comedy in the finest sense of the term. That is number 2. Never seen it,
what
never
year
heard
did
of
it come out?
1940. 1940.
Yeah, 1940. That sounds like it.
In, was it, sorry, that rom-com with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks, You've Got Mail.
Oh, yeah.
When she has the shop around the corner, it's a reference to that.
Oh, okay, there you go. Christina putting it all together for us.
Right.
I'm a rom-com girl.
You are a good addition to this studio. All right, and number 1. Are you ready for this? You're never going to guess. Meet Me in St. Louis gets 100%.
Oh, Meet Me in St. Louis.
A disarmingly charming musical led by an outstanding cast with Judy Garland, Margaret O'Brien. Meet Me in St. Louis offers a holiday treat for all ages. It's a classic MGM romantic musical comedy that focuses on 4 sisters.
I'm surprised White Christmas isn't in that list.
I'm surprised
somewhere.
White Christmas isn't in that list anywhere. Christmas Vacation is not in the top 35. At least White Christmas might be there. Oh, White Christmas is number 36.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. Christmas Vacation is not in there, but you don't expect Christmas Vacation to get any respect from the critics. But there's a couple movies that you would think would be much higher up on there, and I wouldn't think that would be number 1, but okay, it's number 1. All right, Frankie B, we're going to get back to him. We're in the middle of his dating traps. rock it. But first, I would like to tell you about our fifth and final charity we are discussing here on the commercial break to shed a little light and hopefully grab a few bucks out of your pocket to do some good this holiday season and certainly during the 12 days of TCB. And that is DAV, Disabled American Veterans. This is an organization who, unlike some other very famous veterans organizations out there spending a ton of money on marketing, do not spend all their money paying their CEO and having parties. These men and women, they provide food, shelter, and assistance to Americans who fought on our behalf and came back little less than on the way. And they came back different. They came back hurt, injured, disabled in some way, shape, or form. It's a huge problem. Now, whether you believe in the war or don't believe in the war, the fighting or the not fighting, that doesn't make a difference because once it's done, they come back and they desperately need our help. And they should be the first ones in line to receive it because they have done at least altruistically, they're trying to do their part to keep us safe and free in the United States. So no matter how you politically feel, no matter how you feel about war or fighting, we must take care of our veterans. They're most in need. And this is an organization that I've done some research on, and I feel strongly the money is going to the right place. DAV.org. Christina's going to put a link in the show notes. Donate to any of the causes that we've been talking about for the 12 days of TCB. God bless our men and women who are away this holiday season fighting for our freedom. Let's take a break, and we'll be back. And we're back celebrating Christmas with you. Aren't you excited? Look how excited everybody is. I think we're just excited that this fucking shit is over. No, actually, like I said, I think this has actually been a ton of fun. I look forward to hopefully repeating it in 2025 if our network continues to employ us. Yeah, this has been a ton of fun. We got a very nice gift from our network, by the way.
We
They've
did.
all
I
been
got
very
mine,
sweet. Yeah, we don't talk about them a whole lot because we just don't talk about our networks a whole lot unless they don't pay us, and then we talk about them a whole bunch. But our network is Odyssey. And while we're at it, the Odyssey has a great app you can listen to podcasts on, local radio stations. I think they're going to even include video coming up here very soon. So if you want a new app to listen to your stuff on, the home of the commercial break is Odyssey. It's a free app, free to download, free to listen to us. There's no noise gate. Listen to us anywhere you want to, but I'm just giving a shout out to Odyssey because they're very good to us. And I've been snacking on the stuff that they gave us for Christmas.
Yes.
There you go. Hey, there you go. All right. So yesterday on Christmas Eve, we gifted you with the only present we could think to give all of our listeners that would satisfy the entire crew. And that would be a brand new Frank Bernardo video. Bernardo video. I've been saying Bernardo for the longest time. It's Bernardo. Frank Bernardo is our lovely, cuddleable, cuddleable?
Yeah.
How do you say that?
Our large-necked friend.
Our large-necked, leather-necked friend.
I'm just looking at
He's got veins in his chin.
I know.
Yeah, you've been working out too hard when you have veins in your chin.
He's an expert.
He's an expert in all things fitness, fashion, fun, and
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle. Krissy. It's Lifesyle. Please
Lifestyle.
get it right. If you're going to be Frankie, talk like Frankie. All right, so let's get back to it. This is video number 2. We reviewed 3. Now we're going backwards to 2. Video number 2 of Frankie B's dating traps. He says that he put these 3 videos together because it was in such popular demand that he had to do it. All right, okay. He's in his car for this one, so if there's a little background noise, it's not our fault. It's his fault.
In other words, they don't represent the...
Oh, wait, hold on. That's yesterday. That's another video altogether. All right, let's press play on that one, and hopefully it'll work. Yeah.
So back by popular demand, several of you have reached out to me via email on my dating trap video.
Yeah, those are commercial break listeners, and they're just poking
Right.
you along. Hey, commercial break listeners, email Frank Bernardo and tell him despite the fact that he has a girlfriend, we desperately need content ideas.
Now, if you haven't seen the dating trap video, I'm going to put one on the screen at the very end of this video.
He never does that. He never quite figured that out, by the way. So many of his videos are, he mentions other videos in so many of his videos, and he says he's going to put a link to them. He never does this.
So you might want to watch that. And
by the way, 100% safe to be driving down the highway filming yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting together...
Look out, greater Chicagoland area for a large-necked guy driving a brand new Tesla.
A string of dating advice and dating trap videos. This is mostly structured, for guys in their 50s and 60s, who are not used to dating, who forget what it's like to date. Let's face it.
I don't think there's anything structured about your content, Frankie. I think the only content creators with less structured content is the commercial break.
Us.
Most of us have been in a relationship for years and years and years, and
look at that neck. That is cherry red tomato. Yeah, it's bulging. It's cherry red. Unbelievable.
unfortunately we get thrusted back into the dating scene and
thrusted. Thrusted. I put an ED on the end of it, Krissy. That's how we do it in the greater Chicagoland area.
Do forget, you gotta overlook all the excitement of meeting a new woman and pay attention to the details.
Her tits, her ass, the important stuff.
And in this video, I'm going to give you a few details that you need to watch out for so you don't get caught.
I'm going to explain exactly what my last girlfriend did to me so you don't get caught up in the same trap.
In the dating trap. Rocket.
Rocket.
That's my favorite part.
Whoa. By the way, the people in that bucolic fucking suburb of Chicago must love it that he's bowling wheelies in the kids' parking lot of the local park. Lifesyle, biking, fashion, golfing, trees, fitness, pumping iron, tits,
ogling girls,
lotions, parasailing, walking away from the camera.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to today's video. If this is your first time here, my name is Frank Bernardo, and this channel is geared for all guys who want to up their game, look and feel better.
Here's the worst part about this whole video. Not only is he driving down the highway, filming this video, staring at the camera, but he most obviously does not have a phone holder. He is actually holding it with his hand.
He's done this before.
I know. This is so unnerving, actually.
Themselves in grooming, fitness, fashion, and lifestyle. And every once in a while, we're going to sprinkle in dating advice. I mean,
every once in a while, every second video or so.
I was going to say, they're all about dating advice.
Hey, listen, Krissy, when the audience says this is what I want, this is what I'm going to give you. Give them what they want, Krissy.
To get dating advice from someone who is actually dating. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to read a bunch of material and then...
I'm not a reader, per se. I'm not a guy who's going to look at words, Krissy. I'm going to give you the actual on-the-ground, in the streets, in the bed kind of action. That's right. When I'm giving you thrusts, I know about the thrust. I've thrusted myself. When I say thrusted, it comes straight from my brain. I thrusted.
Stand up in front of this camera and pretend I know what I'm talking about. You're going to get actual life dating experiences. I mean, that's the way it should be from someone who experienced.
That's the way it should
Jerry,
be.
It's gold.
Gold standard.
This is it, day to day. So at any time during this video, you like what you're seeing,
Anytime you need to throw up, there's a barf bag provided in the front of your seat.
what you're hearing. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe bell so you don't
subscribe. Everybody subscribe. That's so subscribe.
miss any of my upcoming videos. And one more thing.
Studio.
If you do like this video, you could do it now. You could wait till a little bit later. Please give the video.
You can do it at 3 o'clock. You can do it at 4 o'clock. If you want to come back at 5 o'clock, set an alarm. Do it at 7 o'clock. After you eat, before you eat, don't take a shower. Take a shower. I don't care. Want to do it minute number 1, minute number 4, minute number 7. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks. Appreciate it. Bye.
Thumbs up, because it'll definitely help this channel grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. Let's jump right into it. I think the first trap...
And let's jump right into it. Minute number 7 of the video.
You need to avoid is when you do meet a girl, there's a lot of excitement going on. You can go on quite a few dates. And, the excitement is always going to be there, in their look, maybe their sexiness, sex appeal.
I know. He's getting a look.
I know. Look at him. He's all excited.
dress, the way they carry themselves.
He's overpowering his Botox.
That's beautiful. That's really something to get excited about. You don't run into that type of a woman every day. So when you do, the adrenaline's pumping. But
you got your Semenex ready to go. You're gonna
your hair follicles are planted.
Your Frankie's hair follicles are yelling and screaming. You got loads ready and all tied up, ready to rack.
That woman, if her attitude doesn't match the sex appeal and the beauty of that woman, that's a trap.
And Krissy, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. If she's not on your knees blowing you the second you walk in the door, something's wrong.
It's not matching.
It's not matching. That sex appeal is not matching her mouth appeal. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if she starts bossing you around, telling you what to do.
Yap.
Being the dominant one in the conversation. You're not allowed to overtalk her. You're not allowed to give an opinion. After a time or two, you got to start to wonder, all right? Because, gentlemen...
You got to start to wonder. Is this the kind of woman that's ever going to shut the fuck up? Am I going to be allowed to watch football and go golfing, take vacations to Las Vegas without a lot of yammering? Or is this girl just going to keep talking? Mm-hmm. Now... if you ask my opinion, I'd prefer them without mouths. But a lot of guys like the mouths. That's just the way it is. I don't know. I'm old school. What can I say?
Trends are trends. If it starts out that way, all right, it usually...
Trends are trends, meaning they come and they go.
Yeah.
Trends are trends.
Is going to end that way. I don't want you to get caught in the trap of being caught up in the beauty, and the attitude and the personality doesn't equal the beautiness of the woman.
The beautiness. That's a word I just made up in my own little noggin right there. I got words. I got the best words. All the words. Look at that. My beautiness. He is such a chauvinist. He really is.
Totally.
You know what he's saying? If a woman talks too much, if she has an opinion, if she's opinionated about something,
or argues with him, I think.
Even disagrees in any way, shape, or form.
Because ultimately, it's a failure. Will fail you. So I would give her 2, maybe 3 chances. After that, if she's persistent in her dominance and the way she acts, it's going to stay that way. Do yourself a favor. Get out of that relationship. You don't want to get out of that relationship. Why? Because, oh my God, now I got to go through the whole...
If she's asking for an orgasm also, and you've already finished, Krissy, it's trouble. It doesn't fit. It doesn't match. Your sexiness needs to match her ability to shut the fuck up and do what you want her to. If she does that, then you give her a chance. 1, maybe 2 times she gets out of line. Okay, I understand. They're women are wild. You never know what they're going to do. But if she keeps on yammering, Krissy, pull the plug immediately. I'm telling you right now, it's nothing but trouble. It's a trap. It's like a little wolf trap. Just get you right in the leg.
It's a
never let you go.
Beautyness trap, or what did he say?
It's Beautyness. That's what it is. If it doesn't match the Beautyness, if her mouth doesn't match the Beautyness, then you're out.
Whole thing again. Hey, take a chill pill, all right? There's plenty of women out there. Don't be afraid.
There's plenty of empty vessels you can date.
Be lonely. If you have to move on from that relationship, all right, do it. Get back on the dating app. You'll forget about her as soon as the next one comes. Just take my...
Do you know how easy it is to date in 2024? There's literally people dropping from the sky. You'll have no problem picking up another girl. If she's got an opinion, let her go.
Don't feel sorry for yourself. Move on. Don't dwell on it all day. Carry on with your day and stop looking on the dating app. Is someone coming after me? Is someone texting me? Is somebody want to contact me? If you do that, it's not going to happen.
Is he just driving around the loop of the city?
Yes, because I'm seeing the same building over and over again, by the way. And I know Chicago. All right, so first of all. Second of all, here's the music I imagine is playing in Frankie's head.
Yes.
He went from, if a girl If it doesn't match if her beauty doesn't match her mouth, then you got to let her go. Don't worry about it. Plenty of other girls are there. If you're on the dating apps all day long looking for girls, you're doing it the wrong way. I mean, he has made no points whatsoever. It's not a dating trap, Frankie. No. It's your personal opinion. It's your personal preference to have a woman who is not strong character. And that's okay. Okay, listen, it takes all kinds. There's plenty of men and women who are not dominant in any situation, let alone in a relationship. That's fine. But the way that you're presenting this makes it seem like all guys should be dominant to submissive women. And if they're not, then that's a bad fit altogether. You're really painting a very broad stroke here, if I'm being honest.
Here
comes that same building again.
I know,
Look
I'm
at that.
telling you, he's just driving in a loop.
He is.
And trust me, it will.
Oh, he's stopping at the He's stopping at the gas station. That's insane. The camera is now turned around.
Dunkies.
This is not the first time Frankie has done this. Frankie has been in other car rides where he stopped to get his Dunkin' Donuts coffee. And he's also randomly just all of a sudden I'm going to go eat lunch. I'll be back.
Yeah, and it shows him walking to the door.
That's right.
And then out.
Morning, can I help you?
Yeah, can I have a large hot coffee, black?
Anything else?
Large hot coffee.
Why
Black.
is he filming us at the Dunkin' Donuts?
Hot and black like I like my ladies.
Nope, that'll do it.
Okay, 308 window.
All right.
He
Now you see.
filmed,
All right.
he filmed
I know
the menu.
He filmed the menu.
The drive-through menu.
This episode is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. This chauvinism is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
That I passed up the donuts. I passed up the bagels.
What do you want, a fucking award, you jackhole?
See that?
Okay, you're not human. We get it. Your follicles are fake. Your Botox is on point. Your neck is huge, and you don't eat donuts.
I passed up all the bad stuff. Vacation season's coming. You better be in shape for vacation season, because when you go on vacation, when you're on these trips, what's everybody doing? Well, they're looking at you, and they may not.
Are they?
Do you know how proud my children are of me?
Yeah.
They love seeing these videos come out. My 5 daughters love these videos. They think it's the greatest. We love you, Dad. That's what they say. We love you, Dad. We're going to commit you to an institution, Dad. I hope I'm in the will, Dad. That's what they say.
Say nothing to you, but, if you're, like, out of shape or whatever have you, they're probably... I
wasn't going to say anything to you, but if you're out of shape, I wasn't going to say anything to you. Who are you talking to? He's on FaceTime now.
I know.
I wasn't going to say anything to you, but you could lose a few pounds if you know. You could skip the D&D if you know what I mean.
And, they're thinking it.
Who's thinking it?
Dating trap number 2.
Oh, he's got a different angle.
Oh, yeah, he's going. First we were right to left, now we're left to right. That's a Mercedes-Benz, by the way.
You need to pay special attention to narcissism. Now,
right, Kettle, it's the pot. I'm just giving you a ring to have a smart conversation.
Also, aren't these the same things he brought up in the other video?
Yes.
Exact same thing.
Why did this need 3 parts, brother?
Christina, I mean,
this is what he does.
You've been with us for a long time, but not the entirety of the commercial break. And Krissy and I know this because we know Frankie so well, especially in that season 2 and 3 when we did so many of these videos. He is ultimately makes no fucking point.
Yeah.
And he says the same thing over and over again using different words.
And made up words.
Yeah, made up words. He makes
Beautyness.
them up. Yeah. And as many words as his little brain can figure out. I mean, honestly, this guy is such a nudnik.
usually get the bad rap for being narcissists. But can a woman be a narcissist? Absolutely, 100% they can.
Or my name isn't Dr. Frankie.
How can you tell if they're a narcissist? Well, I'm going to give you a few signs right now.
Oh, here we go. All right, well, let's do this. Why don't we take a short break before we let all the fun roll out in just one take? Why don't we take a short break, and then when we get back, we'll do the rest of this. Please donate to today's TCB, 12 Days of TCB cause. It's our fifth and our final, and it's a good one. Disabled American Vets, DAV.org. We'll put a link in the show notes. They provide food, housing, assistance, medical needs for veterans who come back wounded or otherwise not feeling all that great. They're doing great work, and I've never seen a commercial for DAV, which tells me that most of the money is going straight to what it's to the cause intended, which is the disabled veterans that fight for our freedom. All right, we'll be back. Oh, all right, here we go into the home stretch, girls. We're on our way. All right, Frankie B is back, giving us the second of what I'm sure will be 3 incredibly informative dating trap tips. He's talking about how we can tell a woman is a narcissist. Let's go.
The biggest sign is if you question them, if you question a narcissist and they get all excited, angered, huffy and puffy and start yelling and screaming at you, how dare you question me? Just in that content, you know, what a
in that content. What I meant to say was context, but in that content, are you noticing how beautiful my teeth are? Because I paid a lot of money for those teeth.
Yes, he did.
Those dentures are on point, Frankie. I love them. Are you noticing that one of his eyes is like, first of all, his teeth are very, very straight. I mean, incredibly
They're
straight.
veneers.
Yeah, obviously. And then one of his eyes is like a different color than the other one. Am I right about that?
Maybe.
No? Okay, I'm colorblind, so I don't know. I think the other reason why he turned around the camera is because he doesn't want you to realize.
See that the same stuff is passing by the window.
Over and over again.
Yes.
He's got to hold his coffee in that hand. So that, he's got to get his Dunkies.
Yes. At first, I thought he might be driving a Tesla that might be self-driving itself, but then I recognized that this is actually a Mercedes-Benz. They do not self-drive themselves.
narcissist does.
Well, you don't need to talk, Brian. You don't need to say self-drive yourself. It already knows self-driving is a descriptive word.
All right.
Now I sound like Frankie B. Now we're all going to hell in a handbasket.
It's been a long Christmas.
Yeah, it's the beautyness of it, though. Oh, the beautyness of it.
Is they will talk over you. They will give you, or they will try to give you the fear that how dare you question them? Because what they do,
how dare you
that
question
is not the
me?
definition of a narcissist.
That
anyway,
there's by the way, this is so off base. People, I know plenty of narcissists people that are not narcissists that question me, and that is not the definition of narcissist. Narcissist is a clinical diagnosis that needs to be made by someone who is actually able to make that diagnosis, but it's so much more involved than just someone who talks over you.
He just doesn't want somebody arguing with him.
Well, he's the narcissist,
yes,
I think.
Exactly.
So then he just thinks everybody else is too.
come at you hard, so you don't ask that question or you don't assume something. That's what narcissists do. They strike the fear.
Narcissists. Is he putting an extra 5 S's in there? Narcissists.
God in you. They make you afraid to say something because what does a narcissist do? They blow up.
There's that same fucking building. He went to the other hand with the camera, and there's that building again. He really is driving around the Chicago Loop right now.
Crazy. They make you feel that you're wrong. That's in their best idea. Narcissists.
That's in their best idea. Right in their best idea, they make you wrong. Have you ever had what's your best idea,
He's
Krissy?
getting worked up.
He is so hot under the collar because he just got dumped by a narcissist, in his opinion.
Like confrontation. Some narcissists are hiding things. They're hiding things behind your back. So what they
It's last relationship.
Oh, it always comes sliding out the ooey gooey sides,
Uh-huh.
doesn't it, Frankie? You can't
Under
help
the
yourself.
guise of giving tips.
You're really, this is your video to your ex-girlfriend,
Exactly.
letting her know what a shithead she was and how wonderful you are. And by the way, this is such specific information that it can only be, it's like an audience of one. You know, sometimes they say with Donald Trump that people like, politicians or people on the news, they'll be talking to an audience of one.
Yeah.
He's talking to an audience of one, and that is his recent ex-girlfriend.
do is they come at you strong and hard. Again, it's all in repetition of how they come at you. They're going to overtalk you. They're going to strike the fear of God in you. They're just going to be dominant. And again, it's all...
They're going to beat you up while you're sleeping.
You just keep saying the same things over and over again. They're dominant.
They're going to dominate.
They strike
they're coming
the fear
at
of
you.
God
They
in you.
say words, and they won't blow you when you want to. It's a bunch of. It just turns into one big fucking fuffle. Ah! All
about them striking the fear of God in you. So if you're in a relationship where that woman is just as dominant as hell, and you're not allowed to have an opinion, listen, we should all be able to have opinions.
Listen, Frankie, there has never been a woman that you've been in a relationship, a room that you've walked into where your opinion hasn't been known, because that's who you are.
Oh, yeah.
I promise you, you have never been in a relationship with a woman who has asserted 100% dominance. You couldn't tolerate it. You couldn't tolerate it in a conversation, let alone a relationship. That's just who you are.
And we should all be able to talk through that. But a narcissist, there's no talking. They yell right off the bat. They come at you right off the bat. So pay attention to that woman. If she's very strong-willed and dominant and aggressive, and they don't let you get a word in edgewise.
I want to point out here, first of all, he's saying the same thing.
He's getting very aggressive.
Yeah, he's getting very aggressive, and he's yelling, first of all. Second of all, Frankie is in the far left lane, driving much faster than everybody else, holding a cup of coffee in one hand
and a phone
in the other.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sure, telltale sign they're a narcissist. And guess what? Narcissists don't change. Get out of that relationship.
Trap. Oh, look at this.
This episode
Now
brought
he's
to you...
just going to show us the road ahead.
Yeah, well, this episode brought to you
And
by
out his window.
Holiday
He's
Inn.
out the window.
Yes, of course. Where did you expect that I would get it through the windshield? That makes for a bad shot, Krissy. I'm going to put it out the window while I'm driving.
Yes.
He's going back on the loop. He's just going in a loop.
What is
So the final
music?
dating trap.
What was
This
that
is
music?
What? Why did we just... What was that?
I don't know.
His videos are
His
almost as bad
transitions.
as our trailers.
dating trap number 3.
Okay.
And before I get into this, I just want to make a disclaimer over here, all right? I don't want anybody taking this wrong. As a man...
When you have to say that, it's likely everyone's going to take it wrong.
Yes.
When you preface something by, don't take this the wrong way. It's because you know they're going to take it the wrong way. There's only one
it
way.
sounds bad.
Of course it does.
And I'm a believer that the man pays for everything. When I go on a date, I pay for everything. I would never, ever ask a woman to pay. But I just think every once in a while, let's just say...
It's his grievances.
Yeah,
It is
it's
his grievances.
around his last date. He has said this before,
He
by the
has.
way. This is not the first time he has said this.
Yeah.
I believe that man should pay for every single thing. Don't even ask. Don't even break out your credit card. But... if you want to pay for a cruise or a dinner or movies or my car payment every once in a while, I'm not going to complain. It's just a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
You've been dating a girl for 3, 4...
Oh, God, I know a guy like this. Krissy. I'm going to tell you who it is after we get off here.
Okay.
They want to pretend that they are the most chivalrous person in the world. But they would never think to have a woman pay. But the second she doesn't offer to
Right.
pay, it's a problem. And it's like, dude, it's like being kind of pregnant. You're either going to say those words and never... People take scores. They're score takers. He's a score taker.
He is a score
right?
taker.
I've paid for everything since we've been started. You can't pay for a couple dinners. It's a score taking, right? If you're going to take score, you might as well admit from the beginning, I'd like you to pay for something.
Brian, you would love The Real Housewives.
Oh, well, hey.
I mean, honestly, I'm hearing this and I'm like, God, the drama with Shannon Bador and John Jansen, you would love it.
Yes.
You would eat that shit up.
The reason, I've told Krissy this before, the reason why I don't get into The Real House, well, first of all, the Atlanta version just turned me off to any future. And
Fair enough.
I know some of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they're just as obnoxious in real life as they are on the screen. But the other reason why I don't get into it is because I fear that I'll get into
Yeah,
it. Like,
you
I
would.
fear all of the sudden I'll be watching it, because that's the kind of minutia drama
Oh, yeah.
that
I mean, you could just start with Salt Lake City.
I know. And I know Salt Lake City would be good.
It's
Yeah,
such a
listen.
good one.
Listen, I might as well just follow this all the way down the rabbit hole. Only women are listening to us on Spotify right now. Do it.
I'm gonna be
I'd
sending
love
you.
to talk about it.
We're going to be the most popular female comedy podcast available.
We're gonna be a Housewives podcast now.
There you go.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months, whatever have you. And that woman never...
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ever.
Was it 5 or was it 9?
Yeah, was it 9 or was it 12?
Hey, let me get this round of drinks. Or, hey, let me get dinner. You just bought the last 150 dinners.
I told you.
Oh, no,
I
it
told
is.
you.
It's
I know
grievances.
this. Yes, it's grievances. It's score taking. It's the worst kind of score taking. Fuck you, Frankie.
Vacations, concerts, boating. We have so much fun.
Boating? Does boating cost money? You mean you want her to pay for your boat?
Let me show you my appreciation for you and let me get this dinner. Now, if you run into a woman or you have a girlfriend like that,
I imagine if I'm a woman, I'm saying, let me show my appreciation for you by dealing with you.
Yeah,
By just
exactly.
being around you.
That's payment.
that's something that I don't quite understand why they can't do. If they don't do it, what's that telling us? That, well, they could be taking advantage of you. They don't have
Or they could be taking advantage of you.
a lot of interest, in spending money on you. It's always like...
Or you told them
Yeah.
that you don't believe in a woman paying for anything. All right.
guys who have the interest on a woman. And I don't want you guys to be caught in that trap, okay? A woman who cares for you will make that gesture.
I'm waiting for a Chicago police officer to
I
come
know.
behind him.
I would love
yeah,
that.
that would be
It would
awesome.
be
Because he
so
really
funny.
is going very fast, weaving in and out of traffic while he's recording this video.
Well, hey, let me get the drinks. Hey, let me get the dinner. Now, me as a man, I've had women offer me that all the time. And you know what I tell them? Absolutely not. Keep your money in your pocket.
Keep your money in your pocket for your period pads and stuff. You're going to need it for your makeup and your twinkly things. I got it. I'm a man. But you offered, and so you go down as 1 point on the scorekeeping.
love the fact that they at least offer because it shows me something. So, dating trap number 3. If that woman never even offers to buy you a round of drinks, something's up. Something
Again, this
is
is
just
not a
right.
trap.
It's not a trap. If you tell a woman or anybody, please put your wallet away. I don't want you to pay for this. I can be like this. I'll sneak off and I'll pay the waiter.
Yeah.
Not every time, but sometimes. Sometimes I can get generous with my cash. And I go and, my wife hates it because sometimes I get a little over generous, but okay. And I'll go. The reason why I sneak off and pay the waiter is I don't want an argument.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to keep score. It's just paid for and let's go. Like, that's it. I just wanted to treat you. Is that okay? But I would never think, ever think.
I'm just thinking about the time that your friend wanted to split the how many bites of the appetizer that you ate.
It's so true. And then you got assholes who want to count the amount of bites. You had like 3 bites of that egg roll. What do you think? There's like 7 total bites of the egg roll. You had 3. Man, they're $4 a piece. I think $2.50 would be good for you. Thanks.
So that's going to conclude.
You're so right. I remember that now.
Yes.
Oh.
The dating traps for today. Dating traps part 2. Don't forget to subscribe because dating traps part 3 is coming next week. And I got some good ones for you.
Oh, God, it's Wicked Part 2. We all got to subscribe. I can't wait for you to say.
He's just going to go over the same
Yeah,
ones
the
that he's
exact
already
same
been saying.
fucking
Yes.
thing both days. And you can go back and listen to the commercial breaks Christmas Eve episode, and I guarantee he said the same thing.
Right, so take advantage of these videos. My other ones should be linked up about right now. Go back.
About right now, while I'm driving down the highway, I'm going to link all these videos.
Starlink.
I'm going to put them all together, however that happens. And yeah.
Look at this video. It's dating trap number 1. And when you run into trouble, watch these videos. My name is Frank Bernardo. Thank you all for
He says Frank Bernardo. He does not
He
say
does.
Bernardo.
He spells it at the start of the video,
Okay.
Bernardo.
Fair enough. You
And
caught
the
it.
The way,
Mind your
the
business.
way he talks.
You actually thought to read his name. I just heard it. Yeah.
See everybody in the next video.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, Frankie, you have not given us any new content, really not a lot of it in 2024. And maybe that's been a good thing. That's allowed us to get away. But we have completed the 12 days, the 13 days, the actual 13 days of TCB.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. All right. Enjoy it. I hope it's Christmas night and you're sitting by the fire listening to Bryan talk about his balls. And I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, holiday, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. Nothing. If you celebrate nothing, that's kind of sad, but okay, all right.
Yeah.
You celebrate nothing. Please let us know how your holidays went. We would love to hear your stories because we're going to be fresh right back at you with season number 6 on January 6th, I think it is. January 6th or 7th, back with season number 6. The same as season number 5.
We're going to have a little New Year's show, right?
We will be here New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. You've got a couple of TCB infomercials coming over the next couple of days. So we're going to round it out. I think we might only have to throw in a best of or two while we go and take some time off. But it's been a lot of fun. Good job. Good job, Christina.
All right. Good job, everybody.
All right. The 13 days of TCB. There it is. Next year, we'll know what to call it. The 13 days of TCB. Or maybe I'll just move it back one day and it'll be the 12 days of TCB. All right. Donate to any of the charities that we've been talking about over the last 13 days. The National Breast Cancer Coalition Fund, St. Jude's Hospital, the research hospital that takes care of children when they get diagnosed with terrible, life-threatening illnesses. The National Breast Cancer Coalition Fund is looking for a vaccine. They're looking for a cure, and they're helping women through some of the most difficult times of their life. Fuck cancer. Let's get it done. Also, the ASPCA, taking care of all the animals who need a little help, our furry little friends. Take care of get your motherfuckers spayed and neutered. That's all I gotta say. Most important thing you can do. That way you don't have any extra babies you can't take care of. You know what I'm saying? It's the right thing to do. Also, the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, taking care of women and children as they leave abusive relationships. Supporting local organizations, so important. And finally, the Disabled American Vets, DAV.org. Go donate to one of those causes. 212-433-3TCB. YouTube.com/The Commercial Break for every episode on video. TCBpodcast.com at The Commercial Break on Instagram and TCB Podcast on TikTok. Okay, Christina, Krissy. That's all I can do.
I think so.
This year. Best to you.
Best to you.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Until next year, we all will say
Goodbye.
goodbye.